The special session to close the $750 million budget gap that our state currently sees is close to about a third of the way accomplished. The Democrats, who are largely in charge at the Capitol, have been changing various corporate tax policies to bring in more revenue. So in other words, businesses will fund about 1/3 of the gap. Politics guy Marshall Zellner shows us how.
Because God knows our budget needs all the help it can get.
When Colorado started July, its budget, like this piggy bank, was fat and happy. Today, after tax policy changes from a Republican Congress in Washington, D.C., the budget is short $750 million.
At what point are we going to require the departments of this state to tighten their belts?
What gets cut depends on the amount of revenue state lawmakers decide to generate in this special session. 5 bills will add money to the state's general fund by changing state tax policy. Here's a breakdown. 2 business deductions that will be allowed on federal tax returns will have to be added back on state tax returns. Combined, the two will create an additional $73.5 million in state tax revenue. Another $44 million will come in when insurance companies lose a tax rate deduction that was meant to encourage local job growth. The big dollar amount is selling tax credits, having insurance companies and corporations prepay taxes today to get a financial benefit in the future. That will bring in $100 million, but will ultimately cost Colorado over the next 10 years $125 million. And finally, the state will bring in another $26 million by no longer allowing businesses to keep a portion of state sales tax dollars for collecting the state sales tax. In total, that's $243.9 million, about a third of the $750 million the state is now short for the current budget year. The rest will come from the piggy bank and cuts dictated by the governor, perhaps even later this week. The special session also passed a bill that tweaks a ballot issue you'll vote on in November. That ballot issue is for healthy school meals for all, but you'll be able to make it for more than just schools on this ballot issue. We've reported extensively on this topic that the tax on families earning more than $300,000 has not generated enough revenue to cover free meals for all K through 12 students. So the question to voters is, should we increase the income tax on those same people? And now the ballot issue, Kyle, will ask if there's extra money, because there's not enough money now, but if there's extra money, we're going to use it to fund food assistance that the federal government cut.
I presume that Governor Polis has a note in his iPhone where he writes down things that he could cut, just when it occurs to him, like in the middle of the night. Oh, I could cut that, and then he puts it in there. When does he have to show everybody the note and actually make the cuts?
I was told last week by State Senator Jeff Bridges of the Joint Budget Committee, there's a meeting that's supposed to happen Thursday after all these cuts are known and you have the math all mathed out. Here's what needs to be cut to get us to the math.
In comes the gov with the iPhone note, and he reads off the...
So he has to also set those 3 alarms, like wake up, wake up,
yeah,
Thursday, got to go to in front of the JBC.
These phones run our lives. Marshall, thank you.